Yo, wagwan. Tish your boy, Shitum, legendary. We back with another Cyberpunk photo session. As of recording, it is September 22nd. You know what that means? It's the last day of summer before we start moving into non-stop fall theme. And then when October hits, spooky theme all month. I got so many fucking characters it's gonna work properly. I need to count them so I can properly deviate them and whatnot. But because it's the last day of summer, that means we have to do a beach photo session for the 3 OG characters. Okay, that's OG V here, that's Mexico V, and then Kentucky V, my 3 eldest and first 3 characters I ever made. Hit that subscribe button. I do all things photography, virtual, real life, sometimes AI. Instagram, Deviant, that's where I post most of my stuff. Deviant for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting madness. Check out the new merch. It's mad swaggy. With that being said, let's go. Okay, I don't know what the problem is, but the game is acting extra laggy. That is fine. I will still attempt to do what I am here to do. I found a paisley fit. As you can see, what would be better for our character who's supposed to bleed blue? You feel what I'm saying? Look at that quality though. That quality is stupendous. I just for some reason, I don't know what it is. The game is not handling a lot of lighting too well, and it's extra laggy right now for some dang reason. We're gonna try to get some stuff done. She looking great though, so that's fine. The lighting is absolutely superb, but now I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do her lighting, because right now the game is acting extra hypersensitive, and I have absolutely no idea why. I don't have any extra mods on, I don't think. Let me make sure my screen protector ain't on. It is. Okay, that makes sense, because when I was messing around earlier, I'm like, why does everything look so dang yellow? And the brightness is down. That also makes sense. About to hurt my eyes. I'm like, why does everything look so dark, and why does everything look so dang yellow? Well, that fixes things a bit. Now I can see that lighting even better. It looks crazy good. I'm just trying to figure out why is everything so hypersensitive though. So I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna do her lighting, because the game is the lighting is acting extra harsh. That oops. Go ahead and move that about 240. Trying to do it carefully here because it's lagging so much. Found a paisley fit for the character, although this really wasn't supposed to be used in the instance in which we're using it now. But I messed up. Okay, I spent way too much time goofing around recording Call of Duty videos. I'm gonna try my best to keep this entertaining as possible, but I burnt myself out, I ain't gonna lie. So, but I also really wanted to do some photos, and there was no way I can't not have a video for tomorrow. Yeah, sure, it'll only get like fucking 10 views, but I knew I was gonna hop on here and do some photos. I shouldn't have recorded so many Call of Duty videos. You feel what I'm saying? I shouldn't have recorded so many dang Call of Duty videos. Oh, I just made a 3rd light on accident. I recorded like 5 Call of Duty videos when I was only supposed to do like 1. I know what I will start doing for now on though is I'm gonna start paying more attention, doing more recordings for the photography channel. I just recently got a light for my camera. It's a little cheap light for now, till I can afford a better one. Man, hold up. So you just gonna watch this much of the video, and you not even gonna subscribe? Nah, don't wave to them. They ain't even hit the subscribe button. Come on now, hit that subscribe button. Just something little cheap light that I could goof around with for the meantime. It's only like 18 bucks, but a real light is gonna cost you like 100 to 200 bucks. But I needed something just to goof around with, because I can't do nighttime photos. My camera doesn't have a light, so And I got a DSLR camera, so it requires certain technologies that I lacked. So I'm like, let me, where's the light at? I don't think I put the sunlight where I wanted it to be. I think I might have put it too high up. The light is on her as if it's up over her instead of behind her. I wanted the light to be behind her. But I'm pretty sure I put the crap at like 7. Yeah, it says 7 a.m. Somebody need to put it a little earlier than that. Let me see. Edge on at 7 a.m. So I needed a little something. Let's go ahead. Roll this back some. That is, that's not, there we go. That's not about where I wanted the light at. We gotta fix that darkness now though. So I needed a little, like, something cheap. Like I said, something cheap. It was only 18 bucks, but it was better than nothing for now. So I can still do my, some nighttime photos. Because doing nighttime photos without a source of lighting is no easy task. This looks magnificent. We need more light on her, but this looks great. I still don't know why it's lagging so much though. I don't have anything else up. Then again, at the same time, it is probably about that time to upgrade this computer's pieces. Game keeps on getting bigger, heavier, and healthier, and I keep getting bigger and heavier mods, so. Oh, I feel like I was just on here not too long ago. I wasn't having these problems, but you know, it do that sometimes. One moment is smooth, next moment not so much. Make sure I'm not putting too much light on her. But we need an ambient light. Always do 3 lights. And I should probably put a little bit of light in the background, because back there is looking a little too dark, at least in this midsection here. I mean, granted, the light is behind, but I feel like there would be a little bit of light reflecting from the ocean, maybe. In possibly wet sand areas. Plus, it'll just add that extra look that I'm looking for. Okay, put that light way back there. Where is it at? Go. It's stupid bright. Put that joint way back there. Ooh, too far back. And lift it up some. That's not doing anything to that background. That's at 8,000 too. I can't make it no higher. Oh, okay, not that close. That's actually way back there. I forgot. That's that whole, all the houses and stuff back there. Beach houses and whatnot. I don't think we're gonna be able to do much to fill that in. It's pretty dang far back. That's way back there. Let's see here. We do gotta make this quick though, because it is late and I do want to mess around on some Skyrim. I have not done a Skyrim photo session in a hot minute. I got a bunch of new clothes I want to goof around with. I should wait till tomorrow though, because it is gonna be autumn. So may as well start off early with some of that autumn weather stuff. Lots of orange trees, red trees, yellow trees, all pretty and stuff. Zoom that in a little bit. Actually, our depth of field is a little too strong. Our sun is looking a little weird. I'm gonna go to about, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it's lagging like crazy. Yeah, well, I'm gonna start doing more videos for this channel. Am I expecting it to do great? Nah, like I said, YouTube ain't really my main thing no more. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm in school. But if I'm gonna do a lot of content for any channel, it should definitely be this one. Now, of course, I'm always gonna hop on Warcraft and goof around. I'm always gonna hop on Call of Duty and goof around for both the gaming channel and the Warcraft channel. But I do wish to do for this channel, of course. at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to school for one thing, but I'm still gonna be goofing with the other two. That is that there photography. I got a whole dang light for the camera. It ain't, like I said, it ain't a good light, but it's something. It is actually far brighter than I thought it would be, and it has RGB capabilities, which is actually perfect timing because in one of my classes, photography class, we're gonna be doing stuff based on colors real soon. It just so happens that I bought a dang light that can that has RGB capabilities. You know what I needed to get though? I didn't think about it because I live in a dang desert, so it's pretty dang hard to find actual good green grass. I need to get a freaking grass patch. I need to buy some dang figurines. I never thought about it. I don't have any figurines. Not a single freaking one. I mean, I got a little Wile E. Coyote that came with a model car that I had got for my birthday. A Plymouth Roadrunner. So of course, Wile E. Coyote came with it because the whole little old school show Coyote and the Roadrunner. Although in real life, the Roadrunner in the show, he was kind of dumb. In real life, a coyote is snatching a Roadrunner up. They're way faster, more agile. You know, anything on 4 is going to be more agile than anything on 2. Simple as that. Turn directions a lot better when you got 4 on the ground instead of 2 on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Wile E. Coyote, he wasn't good at his coyote job. Simple as that. That's all I'm saying. And he wasn't exactly the greatest coyote. But yeah, I ain't got no figurines. It's just one issue. I don't watch shows, so I don't know any figurines that I could possibly get outside of very well-known characters like fucking 2B or something from the game, which ain't even a show. So I guess that my best bet would be go for like game characters. Ooh, maybe like Mortal Kombat characters, Warcraft. Probably go like Sylvanas or something. See, but back in the day, there used to be this dang joint called Figure Prints, and what it was it was a group of people. It was a business at the time. It was a company that would allow you to take your character and turn them into a figure. Problem is, I was a youngster when that was a thing. I didn't have my own money, so I couldn't just go purchasing them. Man, I wish it was still a thing. It is not though. It is no longer a thing anymore. Which fucking sucks, because I want my own characters if I could, but they don't exist anymore. Somebody say last time they did exist, they weren't even fulfilling orders. Ah, that sucks too, because them joints were pretty dang clean. They were pretty clean from what I remember. I wanted one, dude. I just ain't had a means to do so, because I was like fucking 13, 14, 15 at the time. I ain't had no money of my own. They were a little expensive. Rightfully so, they looked great. They were very well made, well crafted. Whatever your character was wearing, they would make sure that it came onto the figure print. So what basically, essentially, whatever your character was wearing, your character could be turned into a figure. That's the simplest way I can put it. It is your character. They take your character and turn them into an actual action figure. Or not an actual action figure, but a figurine. That's a better way to say it. They would turn your character into a dang figurine. That crap was sick. But it don't exist no more. So unfortunate. There we go. I need that light on the side of her jaw to go away. That website was the best. Bad they don't exist no more. So I'm thinking, I'm like, dang, what figurines can I get? Because the only one I ever remember is 2B, I ain't gonna lie. 2B was the first non-my character I had ever seen in a game, and was actually like, dang, that's a fire fucking character, I can't lie. She is. She's a great looking character. That's all I can think of though. That's the only character I can possibly think of right now though. I'm gonna take 2 pictures. I I kind of want you to see the full fit in a way. I mean, you kind of can with less blur, maybe. I'll see if I can edit that. But that's the only character I can think of is 2B. So if anybody know any other cool characters from games or TV shows, non-weird stuff, okay? Some of that anime stuff is I'm cooling on that. Any cool little figurine characters you can think of, let your boy know, you know what I mean? Cause yeah, I can't. The best I can think of is any character from Warcraft, like Sylvanas, Ysera, so on and so forth, Lich King. But outside of Warcraft, the only character I can think of is 2B. That's the only character. I did play the game actually, Nier Automata. I played Nier Automata a decent amount, but I stopped playing it after a while because at the time I was gonna do like playthrough videos, but I ended up not going through with that because I realized how many games I would get stuck playing that I don't actually care for. Till I realized, wait, why don't I just play whatever I want to play? But it was a little too late for that. You know what I'm saying? It was a little too late for that at that point. But at the time, I was playing that game like crazy. It was actually a good game. It's a really good game. People were making a lot of mods too. The only downside was that game didn't have a photo mode. Some games is too dang pretty. If you're gonna be making pretty games, and I don't mean just the character, I mean like the game itself, great looking maps and all that, you gotta make a photo mode. I feel like that should be like mandatory at this point. If you gonna make a pretty game, make a photo mode. You feel what I'm saying? Cause I'll be out here taking pictures on Call of Duty because Call of Duty got great looking maps, let alone, goodness gracious, this lag is insane. I don't understand why it's lagging so much. I done did a trillion photos on this dang beach. I feel like something might be wrong, but I don't know what. It's gonna take us the next 60 years to get this very simple but great looking photo set done at this dang rate. At the rate this lag is going, I ain't even check the quality to make sure it's good. You know what I'm saying? But that's about the only character I can think of is 2B. I think I have the light too yellow. I don't think we needed that yellow because of how early morning we got it looking. Don't think it needs to be this color. Because the other images, she's looking a little too she looking like she got jaundice out here. It's not the look we're going for. I don't know what the heck we're gonna do for our other two characters with this is taking this long. It is fairly late. I didn't want to really be doing this like for the next 60 years. It's late. I'm trying to get some sleep. I got work to do in the morning. I actually went to bed at a decent time yesterday and got quite a bit of sleep. It was nice. It was a great feeling. Trying to stuck doing this for the next 3 hours. It's late. It's late as fuck. I kinda goof because I ain't got nothing for the morning. I ain't got no video. I've been just so dang busy and recording the wrong stuff realistically. I've been recording mad Call of Duty and not enough photo sessions. Which is stupid because I've been wanting to do a Skyrim one. It's like, why the heck I ain't recorded yet? So instead I did the little bit of Skyrim photos I did and the photos of the week. That's it. That's all I did. Was Aaliyah and Alyssa. But for no, yeah, I need some little figurines. I found a grass patch that I'm gonna get. Those would be great for doing photos for my sneakers. Got this light. I should get that grass patch. I just need I just don't want to be spending too much money. I'm saving up for a car, okay? So I can start doing more real life stuff. I'm too dang old not to be having a car yet. Which is crazy because I'm always sitting there thinking, dang, how the heck I ain't got a whip yet? There's people younger than me with whips, and then I realize I actually know quite a bit of people who are older than me and still ain't got a car. It happens, you know, sometimes you ain't got money like that. I ain't got money like that. I'm just saving up right now so I can have money like that and get me a fucking whip. Right now I'm looking at pretty much anything GM. Anything GM, because GM has so many different brands. They have an overabundance of parts. GM, you know, you have GMC, you got Chevy, you got Oldsmobile, you got Buick, you got Pontiac. There are 5 brands under, oh, and Cadillac. Okay, you have 6 brands under one company. That means you'll have so many fucking interchangeable parts that if anything on your vehicle breaks, it'll most likely be pretty dang cheap. And that's what I'm looking for. For the most part, I'm avoiding anything oddball. Okay, that's like Jaguars and stuff like that. As much as I would love to have a cool little mid-year retro Jaguar from like 2002, it's a Jaguar. Yeah, sure, the price has depreciated like crazy, but I'm sure the price on those parts have not. Okay, that's always the big thing that gets you. You drive off the lot, the car depreciates. The car depreciates, not so much the pieces that belong to the vehicle. Okay, that crap doesn't really depreciate all that fast. As a matter of fact, it gets worse as the parts become more scarce. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with that, so I'm going anything GM. And then within GM, I'm going anything slightly sporty. So that could be like your 99 to 2004 Buick Regals, LeSabres, and Park Avenues. Those 3 little cars look great. They come with the V6, and you could get them in the supercharged V6. Those 3.8 liter V6s are fucking everywhere. Cheap as fuck and extremely reliable. So I'm looking at those. That also means, and see, this is why I'm saying why I want to go with GM is because I listed 3 Buicks. I didn't list the other cars that look and use the same part as those Buicks. So from Buick, like I said, that's the Regal, Park Avenue, the Sabre, and I believe the LaCrosse. So that's 4 vehicles alone. 3.8 liter V6, and sometimes you could get them supercharged. Me personally, I don't know about y'all, but a supercharged V6 don't sound too bad to me, right? So, boom. If you go to Chevy, you get the exact same vehicles. You get the Impala, and a few others, I forget the name. Those come with 3.8 liter, sometimes supercharged. Same dang engine. The Pontiac, same thing with GTP, I think it's called. 3.8 liter V6, sometimes supercharged. It's all the same dang vehicles. You got a Cadillac from that era, 3.8 liter V6, sometimes supercharged. It's all the same dang cars. Which means if you need pieces for those said vehicles, that crap gonna be cheap as fuck, and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, great looking cars, but are cheap. Now let's say I lean more along the lines of what I truly want, and that is G-body or a short bed pickup truck. Well, that's easy. GMC and Chevy got the short bed 2 doors, easily. Parts are all interchangeable, same dang truck pretty much. Not the S10 or the Sonoma though, that's a little too small. I want something a bit bigger than that. I'm thinking the 1500s of the Silverados. 2-door, short bed, perfect. Or with the G-body, I mean, there's a whole host of GM G-bodies. Regal, the Bonneville, what else? Cadillac got the fucking, one of them dang jumps, I believe it's, one of them little joints, I forgot the name of them. But still, it's a bunch of dang G-bodies. So any parts you need, more than likely will work for the other. Maybe not so much Cadillac, because Cadillac's G-bodies were a little weird looking. And a lot of them were front wheel drive, as were the G-body for Pontiac, Buick, and Chevy. Those were rear wheel drive. Rear wheel drive, all of them used either the 305 or the 307 V8. Is easy stuff, or the 3.8 liter V6, same V6. So with GM, you can't really go wrong with GM. Even if I decided to go for a GM van, all the vans are the same too. GMC vans, Chevy vans, same dang thing. They use the same engines and same components as the trucks. So, boom. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong with a GM vehicle. I'm kind of avoiding Dodge because all Dodge has is Chrysler as his buddy. Oh shoot, can't forget, oh no, never mind, my food's up. I almost said Lincoln, that's Ford. But that's the same thing goes with Ford. All you have for Ford is Mercury, Lincoln, and Ford itself. Most of those parts are not interchangeable because, well, Lincoln doesn't have very many trucks. All they got is the Navigator, which is the Expedition, but I'm not exactly looking at Expeditions. I'm also not being very picky either, though. I'm saving whatever the fuck I can get. Used, of course. I'm not going for something brand new. I ain't got brand new money. But something used in great condition. I would prefer not to get a car that's gonna break down on me within 2 seconds. I feel like we're just now hitting photo number 5 because of how laggy it is. Goodness gracious. We might have to take the other 2 characters and build them some scenery because this lag, we're gonna be here forever. It's 12 a.m. It is no longer summer, okay? Luckily, I started the video in summer, so technically this is a summer video. But it is 12:24 a.m. It is no longer summer, and I'm getting sleepy. But I'm mostly looking at GM vehicles. Interchangeable parts, cheap movements, and upgrades. I'm not looking at anything big, though. Big is a problem. The world is not meant for daily driving big vehicles. It's just not. Yeah, I can get this beautiful little 2-door short bed, but if I get my hands on a full-on 4-door with a long 8-foot bed, it's gonna be a little hard to move through the world with that behemoth. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of Europeans out there be thinking, oh man, America got all these big cars and stuff. Even in America, the driving around big vehicles isn't always the best idea, because a lot of people ain't paying attention to the fact that your vehicle is large. You gotta get into parking spaces, all that extra stuff. I don't want to have to really deal with that. So I was looking at this behemoth of a van, but I'm like, that really would be unnecessary. The dang thing, I don't know. Wikipedia says it's 20 feet long, but that thing don't look 20 feet long. I'm gonna give it like 22, 23. It's a small bus, realistically. I don't know if I can agree with Wikipedia on that. It says it's 235 inches, which should be 21 feet, which is still absurd, but it doesn't look 21 feet to me. The Lincoln fucking Continental of the 80s, that looks 21 feet. The LeBaron of the 70s, that looks 21 feet. That dang thing looked like it's like 23, 24 feet. It is very tall, and it is quite wide. It's almost as wide as an H1 Hummer. That's the best representation I can give you, because nothing on regular 4 wheels, civilian drivable, is as wide as an H1 Hummer or a Humvee. Okay, those things are 75 inches wide. No, 77. That thing is 71, 72. That's just too big. Way too big. It's like, what am I even going to do with all that as one man? Now, granted, if you're going on like an adventure, it would be an incredible vehicle if you like on an adventure or something. But I ain't got adventure funds, okay? Not yet, anyways. So that's not really in my head right now. What's in my head is get something small, affordable, but good looking, okay? Still got to keep the good looks. This is why I'm looking at sportier 2000s GM cars, G bodies of the 80s, or short bed pickup trucks from GMC or Chevy. Preferably Chevy, but I'm not saying no to a GMC either. So the reason why preferably Chevy is I like the Chevy front end more than I like the GMC front end. The GMC front end is not bad, but the kind of cat eye-ish look of the OBS Chevy trucks is way better looking in my personal opinion. Way better looking. Them GM trucks is nice though, don't get me wrong, them pants a little low, ain't they? I ain't realized they was that low. But them Chevy OBS trucks is just you know what I mean? I don't know how to say that correct no more. It's magnificent, alright? Them joints is nice, but I'm not saying no to a GM GMC either. Kind of like with the vans. I was looking at the Chevy van, the G20, and the GMC G20. Same dang van, pretty much. But in preference, when it comes to the van, the Vendura, I'm gonna have to go with the GMC on that one. The way the open front grille, kind of like on the pickup trucks look, it fits better for the van than it does the pickup. So I wouldn't say no to the GMC, not at all. I'm pretty sure, matter of fact, that one of the trucks I'm looking at is a GMC because no one has bought it yet. Probably because it got a V6 in it. People be avoiding the V6 because, you know, you got to have the V8 power. But that's a fool's move. That V6 is incredibly reliable. And in my personal opinion, probably one of the best sounding V6s in the world. That's the 4.3 Vortec V6. That thing has such a unique and beefy sound for a V6. It sounds like a dang V6 from 1978, 1968 in a big old farm grain truck. It don't even sound like a regular little V6. I mean, to be fair, it's not little. It's 4.3 liters. That is huge for a V6. That's like 260 cubic inches, I think. 250 maybe. That's a pretty big V6. Pretty dang big V6. It sounds immaculate, but that's probably why nobody bought it yet. Because from the pictures, the dude's pictures he posted on Facebook, truck clean as fuck. The truck is clean. It's got a decent paint job. The only paint damage on it is on the hood, which is probably like the best place you could have paint damage on, because you could easily buy a new hood. Of course, it would have to be in the same color, but if that's a GM color, then it wouldn't be very hard to get that. So, short bed, two-door, and he got the 454 SS wheels on it. That thing is gorgeous. I'm giving out way too much information, but I doubt somebody's just gonna pull up the Facebook just to buy a truck, just because I said so. But look, that thing nice. Okay, and if I could get my hands on it, I'm getting my hands on it. That thing is pretty. But at the same time, like I said, something decently sporty, like probably like a 04 Impala. Those are pretty dang nice cars, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously ain't no 96 or something, but it's not a bad looking vehicle. What kind of pose is this? What are we looking at? Oh, this is that pose. I don't know what the heck you're supposed to do with this pose. The hand isn't in the right position. The knee is up on like a board, on something. I don't know. It's a great pack though. It's a great pack. It's got a lot of good poses in it. I'm trying to hurry up because I can feel the sleepy eyes picking up. I just don't know what to choose right now. The sleepy eyes is definitely picking up. Okay, ever since school started, I've been slowly but surely correcting my sleeping times, because soon I'm gonna have to actually drive to the school. You ain't driving tired. You feel what I'm saying? That's not a good move. But no, yeah. Either G-body, mid-year sport joints, or not mid-year, but retro sport joints, or two-door short bed pickup. That's what I'm looking at. Beforehand, I was looking at way too many behemoths, I'm not gonna lie. And I thought about it, I'm like, okay, we have an issue. I ain't making money like that. Not yet anyways. So, last thing I should be getting is an absolute behemoth. And some of these behemoths probably have very inefficient engines for their sheer size. Like that big old fucking Dodge van. Just in case you're wondering what Dodge van I'm talking about the 3rd gen, I think they are. The 3rd gen, that's 96 to 2004? Dodge B350 Maxi Wagon. Look a picture of them dang things, or maybe I'll pop one up if I remember. It's late, so hopefully I do. Them things are huge, but they look great. But you don't get a vehicle that big and it be, you know, not a gas guzzler. Okay, I don't need a gas guzzler. I need something efficient. G bodies are decently efficient. Short bed pickup trucks are decently efficient. In mid-year, retro year GM cars from the early 2000s are very efficient. A lot of those cars get like 24 miles to the gallon, which is not bad. Especially when you got a supercharged V6 cranking, what is it, 200 something horses? Not bad, not bad at all. So, that's what I'm looking at. That's a full 10, I believe. I think we made her stand up in a little too many of these, but I don't really have a choice. I don't know why this is lagging so much, but these are still very clean, so it's all good. Yeah, these are stupid clean. So it's all good. Alright, let's move on to the next character quickly. See, we in the same dang spot. Now it ain't lagging. What the fuck? See, this game is real good at being... I mean, it's lagging, of course, but it's not lagging nearly as bad. This game is real good at being selective laggy. Okay? One moment it wants to be difficult, next moment it isn't. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm looking for something GM out here, baby. Real deal GM activities. Plus, I mean, when it comes to those mid-year vehicles, I mean, I keep saying mid-year. Mid-year is like 2010 and crap. I don't give a crap about no 2010 vehicles. Most of them are very bland and boring. When it comes to retro vehicles, you know, your late 90s, your 80s, and your early 2000s, GM a lot of the times just has the best looking stuff. When it comes to pickup trucks, GM for sure has the best looking pickup trucks in that era, unless you're counting Gen 2 and Gen 1 Rams. But those have a specific style. I think I said this in a video. Those to me have a very specific style that works. So with Gen 1 Rams, if you make it an absolute behemoth, okay, I'm talking crew cab. Nah, forget that, because I forgot Dodge got the bigger joint. The crew cab with the extended back end with like the full-on 8-foot bed with a dually. Holy crap, you can't beat the first gen Dodge. If you take the Gen 2 Dodge and do the same thing, you can't beat it. But then when you step into the area where you start to hit Gen 3, that's where Chevy takes over. Okay, in my personal opinion, of course. Ford is real good looking all the way, all around. But when it comes to the trucks, I'm gonna have to give it, when it comes to the super large trucks, I gotta give it to Dodge. When it comes to the tiny trucks, I gotta give it to Chevy. Ford has good middle ground truck though. You can't go wrong with a Ford trucks within those years, especially those bullnose, the bigger bullnose trucks. Those are great. Those are great. It's just that in those early eras, 80s, 90s, Dodge was holding it down with that Gen 1 and Gen 2. I can't even lie. Okay. And when it comes to the OBS trucks, Chevy held it down with their little bitty trucks. Okay. With them little short bed 2-doors. You can't beat them. Not the S10, of course. Like I said, the S10 is a little too small in my personal opinion. I don't want a truck that small. The S10 and the Sonoma, unless it's like the Typhoon or the Cyclone, where it looked a little bit more sporty and racy, then I'm okay with those little bitty trucks. But if it ain't those, then, you know, not my style. A little too small. A little too small. I'm sure they're great little trucks, obviously. They're just a little too small for me. You know what I'm saying? They're a little too little. Them trucks is a little too little. I want her to stand sideways, or... He looks great with his hair. I figured she would. I always do real professional looking model stuff with this character, because that's kind of supposed to be what she do. I figured she would look pretty fantastic with this hairstyle. The problem is, I forgot to remove that dang mod from her hand. I'm supposed to do that for all my low-level characters, because none of my high-level characters have it. I'm talking about, I only got one high-level character. My, yeah, only my high-level character doesn't have it. Never mind. It just gotta go, okay? It ruins the photo when the character has this weird patch on their hand. Looks like a fucking taser handle or something. I don't know. I don't even know why I chose taser. I've never had a taser in my life. I've never held a taser. I don't even think I've seen a taser. Oh no, my sister had a taser. Which was, we were very confused on why she had a taser. It's like, you do know where you live, right? Why the fuck you got a taser? Get a pistol, nigga. What are you doing? Fool still to this day ain't listened to us. She still ain't got no dang pistol. About 2 pounds, man. If you don't pick up a fucking pistol, I think her man though. He do. Which is good. Like, one of you, Bart, We in this dang desert, baby. You can have whatever fucking gun you want. Dang taser. The fuck? Of course, you know, never. You're never in the mind state to shoot to kill. It's just if you have to protect yourself, where you are going to want pistola. Okay. We got a lot of people coming from certain states, you know, they coming with bad intentions. Can't be walking around with no dang taser. That is not gonna help you if the situation get iffy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want to keep the sunlight in the background. The situation get iffy. Here, you don't pull out no dang taser. Not a smart move. Now, of course, the average person ain't carrying, but just in case. Okay? Neither is the average criminal, but you also don't really want to find out. You feel what I'm saying? You'd be surprised at how many people who do dumb crimes don't actually have a lethal weapon outside of maybe a knife. Which is bad if you ain't got no means to defend yourself. That's why you gotta have that pistola, boy. I mean, pop a fool in his kneecap, he'll never walk the same. He'll never rob another house again. You feel what I'm saying? It's a win-win situation. You get to live to see another day, he gets to live to see another day, and he gets to also not rob people anymore. Of course, that's not what you want, though. It would be better to, you know, not have to be busting shots at people. Okay? Majority of us will go through our life never having to, which is great. Okay? Because this is unnecessary. But life is life. Sometimes you can't be so lucky. You feel what I'm saying? Let's have her look away from the camera for this pose. Like one of those poses right there. And I'm gonna say right. Put the sun right in between. And right there. I just recently got my hands on a brand spanking new outfit, so do expect to see on Black Desert. Do expect to see a Black Desert photo session with that new outfit. Probably gonna buy it for 2 characters, or maybe I'll hold on to it and just do my 1 character. There is absolutely going to be a Black Desert photo session with that outfit. That is probably one of the best outfits they made in a long time. That's one of them little saucy outfits Pearl Abyss like to make every now and then, where it's like, okay, y'all say forget it, we just minimal gear. It's one of those type of outfits. This is a Pearl Abyss outfit, keep that in mind. That's the company themselves. We got this dang this bench behind her, but I ain't used it once. I just realized it. Oops. But we definitely not gonna use it with that pose. It ain't really gonna work all that well with that pose. Oops. Yeah, do I even need that? I kind of added it because I thought I would need it, but I don't think we will. I don't think we will. I was driving earlier in a real nice classic. True, realistically, if it really came down to me, I'd be trying to get my hands on a classic piece. The problem is, parts to those are scarce, and as someone who hasn't done very much driving, I don't think it'd be the smartest idea to get a vehicle with no, you know, what the heck is it called? Traction controls of any sort. Obviously most of those old cars had power steering. But you know, just the safety features you would need as a newer driver. You feel what I'm saying? Now obviously the best traction control in the world is just easing off the gas and not slamming it every red light like a lot of people do, and then they wonder why they gotta stop at a dang a fucking shop so dang often because they busting up their dang vehicles. But it still probably wouldn't be the best idea. You know what I'm saying? Plus, ain't nobody giving away something old school and nice, at least, for the my current price, affordable price. Of course, I'm still gonna get me some more money up though. I'm saving up quite a bit because there's a lot of vehicles I'm looking at. I'm not just looking at a few. I'm looking at whatever, like I said earlier. Whatever the heck I could get my hands on. I ain't being picky. I don't have a vehicle, so being picky would be pretty backwards, I would say. About y'all, but I would think if you don't have a vehicle, you ain't really got the right to be picky about what you get. Unless, of course, you know, the vehicle doesn't work at all. Then at that point, you have all the right to be picky. But considering I'm looking at vehicles that work, I ain't really picky on what I can get my hands on. I don't care if it got a V6, I don't care if it got an inline 4. V8, if it drives, extremely reliable and cheap, that's what I'm gonna try to get my hands on. Simple as that. Pickiness out here. Shoot, I ain't even got a dang bike. The chain on my bike broke. Not that I was ever using it to get around. I was really just using it for exercise purposes. A full-on tricycle. It's a great exercise. You can put weight in the back basket and just roll around on that dang thing for who knows how long. It's a real good leg workout right there. I remember one time I had worked my legs out so dang hard using that dang tricycle. Holy crap, my cousin's husband, we was goofing around. He was like, hold on, let me get in the back. And then when he hopped in the back, and I'm pedaling the crap out that joint. My legs is on fire. I'm moving 140 pounds with just my 2 legs for a whole 2 blocks. I woke up the next day feeling half dead. Hit the good old nervous system. My body was like, yo. Hey, I'll tell you what though, my legs became a whole lot stronger after that day. I'm about to sneeze. Oh shoot. That was a powerful sneeze. So these are all beach poses. Hold on, let me see. Let me see this one right here. That'll work. Okay, we may as well get rid of the seat. I ain't even using the dang thing. Get out of here. She look great right where she is, so we don't even need that. You know what I mean? In the beautiful sands of the beach. No, yeah, that crap taxed the crap out. I hit. That was the first time in my life I ever hit the nervous system. That's how you know you exercising, when you hit the nervous system. Boy, I woke up. I thought I was sick. I'm like, how the fuck did I get sick? How's that possible? My immune system is stupendous. Not when it comes to taxing their nervous system. That's something completely different. And boy, oh boy, does it feel different. You straight up feel like you got the flu. That's how crazy it is. But you don't. You're not sick at all, as a matter of fact. No coughing, no sneezing, no nothing. You just hit the nervous system with a workout so absurd, and this is because I got chicken legs. I'm keeping it honey with you. I mean, they're a lot stronger now. Like my calves, I have large calves for my size. But they're not up to par where they should be, okay? Where my upper body is not where my legs is, okay? So that day, I did a leg workout my legs ain't never experienced, and keep in mind I was doing hiking beforehand. So, yeah, my legs was like, yo, I can't do this no more. But then I forced it. I was pedaling the crap out that dang tricycle with a whole human in the back. Man, woke up the next day feeling crazy. I'm like, holy, there's no way I got sick. There's no way. I didn't. Hit that dang nervous system. Crap hit hard too. That crap hit hard. Scroll back up. What other beach poses are there? Because I know I haven't used very many of these. Let me go back to this one. But this one, so she's supposed to be leaning up. She is not. Let's see. Go ahead and make use of the water scenery, just like that. So you're right about there. That shouldn't be too crazy of a position. But it's going to be a great looking position. Park that joint right there. Trying to see, do I keep depth of field on for this? Move these lights around, kind of like gonna semi keep it like a kind of like a silhouette still, but you could very clearly see. But at the same time, I'm about to die. It'll be a silhouette, kind of sort. Yeah, like that. I'm thinking. I don't see, because that puts too much on the legs. Let me see here. We don't want to. I don't want you to see like too much. You know what I mean? Because I could just do like that and then boom, which looks better, obviously. I think it's safe to say we should just keep it like that. Let me turn off the depth of field because she's real long, so it's blurring out. Well, she's long in the photo, so it's blurring out more than need be. I will edit it myself. Yeah, ain't no reason to not do that right there. That look dang good to me. But yeah, anything GM, I'm on that. Anything GM of the mid-year where all the cars they were making were pretty much the same dang vehicles, just rebadged. Buick V6 is the same dang thing as the Pontiac V6, same dang thing as the Chevy, same dang thing as the GMC. It was all the same, just a different name. Simple as that. So when I thought about it like that, I'm like, well, I should probably, since I am looking for a vehicle, should go with something GM. Because that's going to make repair costs and anything else dumb cheap. And keep in mind, I am going to school to become a certified mechanic, so at that point I'm going to know how to rebuild my own crap. So, and of course I'm going to make use of it. I don't think the gaming channel will be a gaming channel forever, if I'm being 100% honest. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to school, I'm a certified mechanic, and not gonna use it. Like I said, YouTube ain't my main thing right now. And though it might not ever truly be my main thing, maybe, I'll still make use of it. And that'll probably be by way of certified mechanic activity. Okay? I'm being 100% with you. A lot of times, I really think about it, I'm like, do I play these games because I enjoy them, or do I play them because that's all I have to do right now? I think it's pretty easy to say that it's definitely because it's all I got to do right now. Would I play them as much if I had more to do? Warcraft, probably. Anything else? Probably not so much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I'm thinking a lot of RPG games still. But then again, I'll be goofing around with the bots on Call of Duty. I don't play public games on Call of Duty because that's a good way to torture yourself for no reason. Nose? Oh, because I sneezed earlier. I never went to go blow my nose. Playing public games on Call of Duty is pretty much self-torture. With the amount of cheaters and tryhards in there now. See, back in the day, tryhard was a guy who plays a little too much, and that's fine. You know, if you want to play the game all day, do your thing. The problem is, you're not dealing with just people who play too much now. Now you're dealing with people who are literally cheating. Well, playing online Call of Duty is like basically purposely torturing yourself, I would say, personally. However, when you goofing around with the bots, man, it's good fun with the bots. What's this pose? I think how many seating poses did I do? 2, 3, only, 4. I guess we could do 2, 5 seated, 5 standing. So let's find one more good seated pose. Rest, oh, my back will be standing. Because we still got to do one more character after this. I'm probably going to have her up on the pier. I don't think I've ever done any images of Country V on the pier. Country V. I don't think I've ever done anything with her on the pier. You know what I'm saying? I always make her look like she up in Kentucky, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to have her chilling in Night City on the beach. Vacation activity, you know? Although you definitely gotta have money to have good vacation spots in Night City, clearly. But then again, with the amount of trucks that Country V has, she would definitely have money. Ain't no way you're gonna have that many dang vehicles with no money. That is my third oldest character, right after this character. Right after this little Latina lady right here. Okay, Mexico V in the building. And let's do one close-up. I don't think we've done a single close-up for her. Joint right there. This quality is absolutely beautiful. That joint. Oh. Oop. Can't move because I'm lagging. Blam. Cool little close-up. You always gotta do one close-up of your character. I mean, at least one. You gotta have at least one. I kinda forgot how many moles I made this character. She got moles everywhere. Yeah. I'm getting down though. I'm mainly, honestly though, looking at two-door short bed pickups. Because they're lightweight, they're sporty. Like in the truck world, they're sporty. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm honestly kind of wanting something. I want a truck, but I also want like a car. So I'm like, boom, what better than a short bed pickup truck? You can't get no more half a car, half a truck than that, maybe outside of a fucking Ute itself, because that's literally a half car, half truck. But you know, here in America, the only Utes you could get your hands on is either a Ranchero or a El Camino, and those are expensive. Okay? Maybe not like super expensive, but it's expensive for me right now, so it's a little expensive for your boy. So you know, while I would love to get my hands on a Ranchero and a Ranchero or a El Camino, not right now. Maybe in the future, but not right now. I know one thing I will be doing though, since I'm becoming a certified mechanic and all that, car rebuilds. You could get paid quite well. Go find some old janky turd, redo it, clean it up. You know, you might spend like $1,000 to $2,000 to clean it up. Then you sell that joint for like $6 grand. Not only do you get your money back, but then you get an extra $4,000. Okay, that's good money. And that selling vehicles for $6,000 turns into 10. 10 turns into 20, so on and so forth. You go from fixing crappy expeditions to sell to fucking old school Barracudas and crap. Go to put that joint in an auction and boom, $250,000, and it only took you like $10,000 to fix the thing up. You know what I'm saying? Type of activity. That is well, it's not easy to get into because you have to learn, you have to become certified. But once you get into it, that part becomes just a little bit easier because now you know what to do and now you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And half the time, you don't have to do, unless you're going for a 1-to-1 restoration. Man, restro mod, that's what a restro mod is. Okay, it's not a 1-to-1 restoration. It's a 1-to-custom as fuck, but still classy, old school, kind of like our character here. Okay, well, maybe not old school because she's only supposed to be like 33 or something, but you know, she looks real classy in this very simple but saucy little outfit that she got on here on this here beach. You know what I'm saying? She looks great, and that's what you do with the car. It might not be what was sold in the 70s, but it gonna look dang good in 2025. You know what I'm saying? But her hands are still floating. I'm gonna push her all the way to the ground, but it is not working. Okay, there we go. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of activity that your boy is trying to get into in the future. It would not be bad. Let me pull it. Let me go about here. light there as well. That would not be a bad thing to get into. That's good cash, good money. Okay, it's good cash, good money. And me personally, I don't know about y'all, but I am not against the idea of making good money from what you enjoy. Okay, rebuilding some cars, that'd be pretty tight. That'd be pretty dang tight. Would it be stressful? Of course, everything has its stresses. I mean, sometimes even doing my photos here has its annoyances. You know what I'm saying? When you, those days where I get stuck recording something for 5, 6, 7 hours because things just ain't going right. It happens in anything you're doing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when them dang checks start coming through, when them dang checks start rolling through, it ain't gonna be so annoying. That's dang near anything. I had to record a dang one of the Skyrim episodes I recorded sometime not too long ago. That things kept going bad. So it can happen in anything. I was recording that dang Skyrim episode for 6 hours, I think, when it did not need to be that long, but things just weren't doing what they were supposed to do. Okay, things just kept on messing up. It happens. It happens. You know what I'm saying? When it do, it's like, hey, it is what it is. But then you get straight back to work, and boom, it works. You know, it's like people like Barrett Jackson. That's what his joints are. Car rebuilds that are fucking stunning, and then he sells them things for sometimes $1 million, 200,000, 300, 500. You know, serious cash flow. Serious cash flow. Like I said, me personally, I ain't really opposed to that. I've been wanting to build cars and work on cars since I was a kid. This YouTube didn't work. I'm like, you know what? No more moping around. Let's actually make it happen. What the fuck are we doing? I'm getting certified, boy. I got 3 A's and 1 B in class so far. I ain't playing. Alright, that's a full 10. Let's move to our last character because it is now 1 in the morning and I would like to get this done, but I gotta keep the photos quality, so we're not gonna rush. Saying gotta do it quickly but accurately. Alrighty, last character. I don't know what this setting is, what this background is, and this sky color, but I'm glad it stuck around. I made it nighttime and it turned into this for some reason. I don't know what this is. We fixing to make good use of it. Okay, I ain't never seen this before in all my years of doing fucking Cyberpunk photos. The 1,400 hours I got on this dang game, I ain't never seen this background setting before, ever, not even once. We're gonna make the best use of it that we can. Okay, a good nighttime photo setup for this lady. We ain't never did that in a hot minute. I mean, we haven't done that in a hot minute for her any dang ways. I don't know what this is, but I like it. Okay. Make that a little tan for her, at least the, oh no, you know what, let me keep these ones like that. Duplicate one for the other side, because it is nighttime, so less lamps will look more realistic. Spotlight, we'll make that one a little bit more golden. I don't know what this lighting setting is, but I didn't want to lose it, so I'm like, you know what, let me hurry up and just use it. Because this looks like one of those things where you change the graphics and it kind of gets stuck in a spot for a little bit. So you got to hurry up and use it before you lose it. Because it's not supposed to look like this. Something just went slightly wrong. You got to hurry up and make use of that jump. What the heck was that? Oh. What is that? Lamp, it ain't hidden. Here we go. Need that. Why does that seem so low? That's because it is. What the heck? I just spawned these. How are they that low? I was wondering this whole time. I'm like, these lights look weird. Let me go 90. Boom. Looking great. And looking all chocolatey. Okay, for this one though, well, I'm about to say I want to make it look nighttime. It's supposed to be nighttime, but I don't know what this setting is. It looks like it's like just before the sun hit, but it's real cloudy. So what we gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn another lamp here. Oops, that joint way out there. Oop, not that far. Thinking like just in the background, off to the back a little bit. Tan it up a bit. Give it a bit more realism. And then but like over here in this corner with these trees, or back behind these trees. That stutter was vicious. Or should I move it up closer? Okay, yeah, no, that looks more realistic. Hide it and detach. Why did it get even brighter? I didn't even think you could get brighter than that. That thing. Stupid bright. Say right there. And then we're gonna duplicate that. Spawn one on this side. The light is a little dark over there as well. I can't see. I can't see. What curves into some. So right about there. No. Whatever this spot is, not taking light very well, oddly enough. Ever seen that before? But it look clean, so we're gonna keep it just like that. I don't know what time setting this is supposed to be, but it looks fucking great, and I'm about to make good use of it. I ain't never seen this before. Like I said, I ain't never seen it before. Oops. Let's see what we gonna use in terms of poses. What's some poses I ain't used in a hot minute? I guess a lot of those that we used for Mexico V. We haven't. I still got these dang 4th of July nails on her. I keep forgetting to get rid of them. It's for the dang 4th of July photos. Back on 4th of July. It was a long time ago now. Well, man, I just be making some pretty magnificent looking characters, dude. Put that joint right there. And boom. Be messed up if the whole dang background changes. We're gonna keep it just like this. This is unique. This is a lighting right here I've never had before. I ain't never seen it look like this. I don't know if this is like midway into a sandstorm and well, I mean, you know what? I think it was just the sunlight wasn't falling fast enough from when because it was bright, and then I just instantly made it nighttime, and it came out looking like this. I'm like, this look crazy, but it wasn't going away. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hurry up and use this. And now here we are, using it. Let's see. Oof. Cause we're going a little extra saucy for these poses. I ain't gonna lie. As you could probably clearly tell from the last two characters. Keep her looking that way. Leg is a little too twisted. She ain't gotta look at the camera. Look away. I'll tell you what though. I cannot wait to feel the feeling of owning your own vehicle. Okay. You know what sucks too? I was supposed to feel that feel mad long time ago. But I got stuck in the internet way of thinking. But as they always say, as I always say myself as well, better late than never. You feel me? Like I said, there's people older than me who still ain't got no vehicles. My biggest issue, the biggest thing that pushed me to finally get a vehicle was number one, it's about dang time. Number two, school. I would have to take the bus and move 40 miles a day, which means 4 hours of my day would be spent riding on a bus. I think not, okay? I think freaking not. Number one, keep it in mind. Number two, keep in mind, I would be taking this bus to school. So here, which I'm guessing, like most states in America, okay, you are not allowed to bring a weapon of any way, shape, or form onto campus, which means I now would have to be riding this bus for 4 hours a day with no protection. Okay? There's some peoples out here. There's a lot of unfortunate peoples out here, and some of these unfortunate folks, you know, some people, they stay cool as fuck. Other people, not so much. Okay? Okay, I ain't gonna say no to this pose, so we're gonna go ahead and move her in this direction. And then lift her up to be, have her hands on the what's name. She's gonna look tall if we don't move closer, so we definitely gonna have to move closer. Because this character's not supposed to be that tall. She's supposed to be like 5'5". So only slightly taller than average. So we're gonna move just a little bit closer so it don't look that way. Look like she's looking out to the sunset any dang ways. I really still do not understand why the sky looks like that, but I ain't mad at it because it is unique as fuck. But yeah, 4 hours a day of my life would be spent on a bus. No protection. So I'm just out here raw. Pause, you know what I mean? Pause, but that's the truth. No backup, no protection, just me and 4 hours of bus ride. Now let's say nothing like that ever goes down. Who the fuck wants to sit on a bus for 4 hours of your day? So I'm like, you know what? I need a vehicle. Like yesterday, bro. It's gotta happen quick, fast, and in a flash. Only thing I'm messing up on right now is I was supposed to be studying again. I kind of already had all the tests on lock, but you know, better safe than never. This is my money that I would have to spend just to fail the dang test again. I would rather not do that. I only failed the dang test before was because the dang questions they started giving me was like on some CDL type crap. That's not even true, because the one CDL question they did ask me, I got wrong because my fool self chose wrong. It was the other questions they had asked me. I'm like, what in the world does this have to do with driving? It had nothing to do with driving. But you know how tests are. They like to hit you with that random bullcrap to mess you up. So that you can go back and pay again. Because they're getting paid for your failure. My problem is I don't like to give up. And I don't want to ride on a bus for 4 hours. So. I ain't a fan of quitting. You feel me? Not even a little bit. That's why I spent way too many years trying to make YouTube work. That's just how I am. That was always how I've been. I refuse to quit. Okay. I'm like, I need something like yesterday, because 4 hours of bus riding, we ain't doing it. Now, granted, right? Everyone has a look. Some people have that look where people know, like, I don't think it's a good idea to mess with that person. And then other people have that look where it's like, okay, might be able to get this guy. Just the unfortunate truths of life. I have a very stern look. I always have. It's just my face. Half the time, you can't tell what I'm thinking. And when you can tell what I'm thinking, it is hard to do so still. Okay? The problem is, you can look as stern as you need. You can look as stern as you want. You can try to look as tough as you want. My thing is, I don't really care to look tough. I'm just me. I have a very stern and half the time not very emotion shows up in my face. That's just my face. Okay. But when you on 4 hours of bus riding, you're bound to see and experience something. I ain't got time for that. That's that 4 hours of bus riding. That's quit school before it even starts activity right there. That's how a lot of people quit, because then they find out that they got to be on buses for 60 years. Like, I'm not doing that. Okay? Me not doing that. I'm gonna figure something out. Simplest way to do that: get a job. Simple as that. Get a job, baby. And boom, you're making money again. Okay. Then you can do student loans. Of course, you have to pay those student loans off. I'm not doing very much anyways. All I need is that one vehicle. I'm getting something used, which I might pay $8 grand max. And the whole point is to become a certified mechanic. You know, you can pay the stuff off. I ain't doing more than that. The problem is, the reason why you end up seeing people with like 40, 50, 60, 70,000 dollars in debt is that because they keep using student loans when they don't actually need them. I need one, and that's it. So that's all I'm doing, is one. No more than that. Because any more than that, then I'm doing more than I actually need. Which is not a good move. You feel what I'm saying? I'm out here trying to do it smart, people. I'm trying to fast track my life into place. Like I said, you might see your boy goof around more often with YouTube. I don't think I would ever stop uploading to this channel just because I do so much dang photography. If you ever saw me stop uploading to my other channels, then you know why. I'm busy, baby. Keeping these A's in 1B. Keeping these A's on track. Trying to keep my grades nice. Now, for me, because I'm going for a mechanic, I don't actually have to have a bunch of A's. I'm doing that because I just want to. All you need for the mechanics joint is to be passing, which is D's. Problem is, you know, that was cool in middle school, because who gives a fucking crap about middle school? It was cool in high school because, well, high school doesn't really hit you all that much either, as long as you're passing. With this here college thing, I'm going for the best of the best. Okay, I got all A's, and the only class I ain't got an A in is fucking math, which is no surprising, because, well, I stink at math, so I wasn't even going to be surprised with that one at all. My English grade, I have an A. It could have been an A+, but there's a few assignments I goofed on. I keep forgetting. You know, certain teachers require you to do certain things during the joints, and I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot. My dang fool self did it twice. Luckily, it's not majority though, so it's all good. Still got an A. I'm gonna keep it that way. Try my greatest to keep it that way. All of my power into it to keep it that way. Although I did hand in an assignment late because the teacher, I think she did clarify. I just read it wrong. We wanted us to describe an event that we went to. My fool self was talking about a whole dang vacation. And when she said, she was like, "No, you were supposed to do just you're supposed to do just an event." I'm like, "Oh shoot. Why you keep pulling me back to this one? Chill, son. Chill, you know what I mean? Chill." Hold on. Wait, which one is this? I don't remember this having a seated pose. Ah, yeah, I forgot about that one. I ain't using it in a hot minute. You see though. What else should we use? We need 4 more. I kind of want her to look toward the city lights a little bit more, just because the outer city is crazy looking with the way we got this set up. But at the same time, the way we have it is still quite clean in itself. Actually, matter of fact, this might work, because you can see all the buildings and the lighting in the background. Sitting up weird though. Ah shoot, that's too far to the side. At least for where she's looking at. That's not gonna work for where she's looking at. But that one is though. Well, that one will work. Maybe not that much. That's a little too much. Hold on. Maybe not that much. I mean, it could, but too much. Say like right there, because her head is still over the rail, so it works. Her head is still over the rail, but yeah. So, other than those slight things, you know what I mean? I'm doing my dang thing out here, baby. I'm doing My dang thing. I wonder what she gonna grade that. I'm only a day late. I think I did a pretty good job explaining the beauty of that car show I had went to. The smell of fresh gasoline. High-powered small blocks and big block V8s. I know if you're not really into cars, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is what's so good about that? You gotta love cars to know and love the scent of healthy gas guzzling V8s all over the place. It's sitting inside of absolutely gorgeous cars from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and early 60s. Some of the best looking years of vehicles. The hot rod era, okay? The hot rodding era up until the 80s popped back around, and then the hot rodding era was back. It's not as crazy, obviously, you know, with all the incredible cars that were between those years. Playing Kitchen for some reason. It was just something special. But I shall find out, because I'm gonna check, make sure all my grades are still good anyways. Only one I was not really gonna be surprised if I didn't have the best in, like I said, was math. I'm just not good at the goofy crap they be having you doing math. That's barely math half the dang time. The one I did pay most attention to, though, is always anything that has anything slightly to do with some form of finances. You gotta pay attention to those ones. Especially if you're trying to get a lot of money in your life. Easier said than done, of course, but you gotta pay those ones the most attention. Finances is very important. But the other crap be stupid as fuck. Although the test I had today, I did ace that one, so this is not too bad. Yes, it was not too bad. When it comes to getting good grades, you're really just maintaining what you have. If you goof and mess up just a little too much and you no longer have an A, now maintaining a B, you're trying your grades to keep that up from there. Of course, as you go on and the grades get higher and you do good more often, you know, it starts to equal out a bit. Why is this? Why? I don't know if it's just me, but this seems extra bright out of nowhere. She was not this bright in like 90% of these photos. Yeah, why did this get so bright all of a sudden? Hasn't been this bright up until now. Push that right about. Been about there the whole time. Now all of a sudden it's done bright. It's the beauty of being able to adjust. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep them grades nice, which I'm doing pretty good so far. It's crazy that it's been 5 weeks now already. That's good, you know. Get this through faster. Let's get this over and done quickly and fast. Not too fast though, because like I said, I still do gotta get my car. I gotta drive 40 miles a day. But I would rather it be behind the wheel of my own vehicle than a dang bus. Okay. When I heard that, I was like, oh no. I was like, absolutely not doing that. And in the classes is late night. But of course, you know, that's only because that is what people, I signed up late. So that only depends on, of course, what people will actually make it that far. Not saying, of course, not saying that I want anybody to fail. But if anyone does, I would gladly take some of those earlier classes, because 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. is insane. I wouldn't come home till like 1 in the dang morning. Cool on that. Dude, I need to find something either early or midday. Midday, I wouldn't mind that. Well, I don't know actually. Midday might not be a good thing, because midday is when everybody is coming home from work, which means I would have to be in traffic. Don't know if I want to be sitting in traffic and stuff like that. We need 2 more. Let's find 2 more really good poses here. You know, that'd be a lot of long traffic right there if we do that. So, maybe not midday. Maybe not midday. Probably early in the morning or something like that. I don't remember what swing works with those poses. I ain't used those poses in forever because I always forget what swing you use for them. Once I'm done here, I'm gonna let this video render, brush me teeth, and goof around with that little light on my camera. I just realized she is pretty much pitch black. What happened? Why is this lighting? Why is the light changing all of a sudden? Oh man, I only needed 2 more. Man, I always say it. Whenever I'm almost done with something, something got to go wrong. Why is the lighting not showing up on her all of a sudden? Where do these have her standing that all of a sudden the light can't pick up on her? Why does something always gotta happen? Right when I'm almost done. It never fails. She not standing in the light no more? Like, ugh, man, why, man? Always, bruh, always. It never fails. Right when I'm almost done with something, does something have to go wrong? I just realized that the light is not picking her up at all. I was just sitting here talking about how I'm gonna goof around my lamp. I really don't want to have to reset the game, because if I gotta reset the game, then that means I gotta do all this over again, because I doubt it's saved in the time that we were looking for a spot. Usually doesn't save that quick. Usually some intervals in between save times. I just realized the light is not picking her up at all. How many city poses do we have here? This is a good pose. I'm gonna use. Well, if I can. It's picking her up. Oh, duh. She was facing the opposite direction. My fool self. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna say, come on, yo. I got 2 more to go. Don't do this to me, baby. My fool self. I completely forgot that she was facing the other direction at first. Put that like right about there. Closer, we a little far away. But yeah, gotta give me a vehicle, cause we ain't doing 4 hours of bus riding. Oh sir, that is not happening. That is under no circumstance is that happening. I think the only non-GM vehicle I would not mind getting my hands on would be a Crown Vic. Crown Vics are incredibly reliable. And that is a car because there was so dang many of them made for police purposes, for taxi purposes. That is one of the biggest fleet cars you could get your hands on. You had police variants, you had taxi variants, and civilian variants. There's so dang many of those things around. I know that those are going to be cheap. The 4.6 was in various vehicles. From cars to trucks. I mean, they had the 4.6 in dang near everything. So that is a car I know would not be a problem when it comes time for any repairing or anything because of that 4.6 being such an incredible engine. When it comes to engines, you can't go wrong with that 4.6. Okay, that thing is tough. I know everybody always says certain vehicles have their reliability issues, but one of the biggest issues is why you can't believe too many people when they say cars have reliability issues, because there's a crap ton of people who don't know how to get their foot off the fucking gas. I've heard so many people talking about, oh, Subarus have this problem and that problem and this problem, but then every time you see a fool driving a Subaru, they launching off at every dang light. You can't do that. Okay? Unless you got a team of people who can rebuild your car right then and there. Just because a civilian car you got off the lot has 400 horsepower doesn't mean you should drive it like it has 400 horsepower. Because while it does, and you can have fun every now and then, it ain't meant for gassing at every dang red light you stop at. Crap be insane. You see it all the time. And you got people talking about, oh, this has this reliability issues. No, it has the owner can't get off the dang gas pedal issues. That's what issues it got. Owner doesn't know how to lift his fucking foot off the gas every red light. Owner thinks that just because the car has 400 horsepower that he can blast off every single red light he stops at, which is all of them. You know what I'm saying? All the red lights. You just stepping on the gas and thinking that's okay for the car. It's not. It's not a race car. It's a civilian car with a little bit of extra power. It ain't no Lamborghini with 700 horses. Ain't no old muscle car that was made to just stomp the gas, because that's all the fact that the GM, Ford, and wherever the heck else, that's all they intended, was for people to mash the gas at drag strips all dang day. Those can do that. Not your dang civilian car that's made to look like a rally car. It ain't a rally car, it's a civilian car with a rally car shell on it. Little bit of horsepower, yeah, you can feel it every now and then, but every dang red light, not good. Now I'm sure once the car has its issues, maybe those are the most common, but it's always hard to say. Like, you can't believe anybody 20 years old driving a diesel truck talking about it has these reliability issues. You can't trust his word, because once again, he don't know how to let off the dang gas every red light. Okay? That's one thing I'm avoiding, is purchasing any trucks with diesel engines owned by young folks. People between I'm gonna say probably like 20s to early 30s. You can't get nothing off them people. Like I said, they don't know how to get off the dang gas every red light. Every red light they racing nobody. You feel what I'm saying? But they act like they is. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you got all that torque, but gassing every red light is not the purpose of this vehicle. Okay, it's just not. If you got a fucking Lamborghini with 700 horses built exactly how they know you're gonna drive that dang thing with malice, then yeah, sure, that works. If you got a dang 1962 Plymouth Savoy with a 423 Max wedge, yeah, you can hit the gas every line, because that is exactly what they intended that car for. So they probably built it stupid, or like the 421 Super Duty in some of them old Pontiacs. They intended that stuff. Not your dang Subaru, okay? Get me wrong, Subarus are great cars and they sound dang good. But you ain't supposed to be slamming the gas every dang red light on them type of cars. It's just not meant for it. Ain't got the torque for it, and some of them don't got the ratio for it. They might have the torque, but a lot of them don't got the ratio for it. I was just watching a video of a car that had 950 horses. It was a Volkswagen. The torque or gearing ratio was so dang low that he couldn't get real speed until like midway through the boost. Late set boost, man. As then where you got some other cars that are tuned to fucking just go as soon as you hit the dang gas. Those gotta be rebuilt. Those have to be rebuilt. Every time they done with all that testing, like some dragsters, every time they done with all that dang racing, them joints get rebuilt. Dragsters, I mean, shoot, they get rebuilt during the matches and crap. You feel what I'm saying? If I ain't any vehicle coming from a 20-year-old and it's diesel, I don't want it. You can keep that. With that being said, my good peoples, that is a full 30 of absolutely magnificent sets. This background look crazy. I'll probably never see it again. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It is dumb late. My eyes is heavy. I still gotta brush my dang teeth. Hit that subscribe button, that like button. I do all things photography, Instagram, DVing for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting madness. I'm genuinely dozing, but these came out great still. Even through my sleepiness, I was still focused on the quality.